Okay, let's jump right into this deep dive. We've got this stack of source documents, legal filings that really pull back the curtain on some pretty intense business disputes.
Yeah, it's quite something. We're talking aggressive language, internal criticisms of products, even like surprising chats about stock trading.
All found in court records. So this deep dive, it's drawing from documents in cases like Card Connect versus Shift4 Payments. We've got stuff from Pennsylvania, Nevada, Delaware Court of Chancery, too.
Right, and our mission really is to guide you, the listener, through these exhibits, emails, texts, bits of depositions, policies, and pull out the key nuggets.
Exactly. Give you a shortcut to understanding the fascinating and sometimes kind of wild details that surface in these legal fights.
So let's start with that raw emotion. There's some really confrontational language in here. An April 2018 email, for instance, it just lays it out there. Words like bullshit, gonna blow up in your face, even fuck me over.
And threats, too, like get even.
Yeah, and mentions of bringing in, I think it was 20 attorneys and talk of hundreds of millions. The sources noted this could definitely be seen as, well, intimidation.
Heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just emails, right? You mentioned texts.
That's right. Back in November 2016, there are texts about an earnout, that extra payment based on performance.
Yeah.
One side felt completely screwed by how it was structured. There was a dispute about a 40, 50 millimeter minimum guarantee. Big money, big feelings.
And that frustration carried on. I remember seeing something about the Card Connect acquisition by Fiserv.
Oh, yeah. A June 2020 email really details the headaches after that acquisition. Specific operational nightmares.
Like what?
Okay, so a $600K recurring revenue error, an executive had to catch themselves. A merchant priced wrong, like a 7% effective rate, super high, took over a month to fix, and zero compensation offered.
Ouch. Just basic stuff breaking down.
Exactly. And getting support, forget it. Years of trouble with U.S. government accounts, apparently. One exec was literally cold calling random numbers trying to find anyone to help.
That's unbelievable.
And get this, the email claims Shift4 ended up paying more in monthly fees to Fiserv after the deal than Card Connect's entire SG&A cost before the deal.
Whoa. The whole overhead. That really paints a picture, doesn't it?
It really does. But, alongside these external battles, you also get glimpses inside. Planning documents for things like a POS marketplace, initially free apparently, and updates to web pages like SkyTab.
So forward-looking stuff too,
Mm-hmm.
but not all positive internally. I think I saw a mention of a garbage product.
Yeah, that popped up in texts and emails. Seems like some internal, pretty candid criticism about certain products, specifically mentioning Harbor Touch in relation to that.
Interesting. Real talk behind the scenes. What about that undercover agent thing? That sounded unusual.
Ah, right. That was from a deposition. An executive said they forwarded an email, not realizing the sender was this person alleged to be an undercover agent.
Alleged, okay.
Yeah, the lawyer objected to calling them that in the deposition, but the executive's perception that they thought that, it's now in the court record. A strange detail.
Definitely strange. Okay, shifting from perceptions to, hard numbers. Were there specifics?
Yep. An August 2017 email chain mentioned CCN volume for July, Card Connect volume. It broke down over $3.2 billion in transactions.
$3.2 billion.
Yeah.
In 1 month.
But across different lines, yeah. Gateways, card securable, fintech, enterprise. Gives you real sense of the scale we're talking about.
Okay, so huge scale, big emotions. Now, what about the stock trading stuff? That seemed like a whole other dimension.
It really was. Texts from late 2017 discussing the 4UR ticker, that Shift4 Payments, talking acquisitions, earnings, share buybacks.
And someone asked about the legality of trading on that.
Explicitly, asking if it was okay, basically. And the response came back crystal clear. I'm not an insider. Shows awareness of the rules right there in the text.
So they knew the lines. But then there were those StockTwits posts.
Exhibits show Jizek Man posts on StockTwits in November 2017, actively boosting 5UR stock, agreeing with positive comments, talking up performance, new POS, restaurant clients.
And saying things like, damn.
Things like, next stop $75, gonna kill it, keep buying, lots more upside. Pretty enthusiastic promotion.
Okay, so you have the informal stock talk, the public boosting. What about the formal side? The company policies.
They're in there too. An email discussing the actual 4UR insider trading policy, noting updates to definitions like insider and the restricted trading periods. Another email asked specifically if a trading window was open for a 10b5-1 plan.
That's a pre-scheduled trading plan, right, to avoid insider issues.
Exactly. So the formal mechanisms were being discussed, but then things seemed to have gotten urgent.
How so?
March 2020 texts. Direct instructions. Start a quiet period, a restricted trading period, like now. The reason given, changes at hand, and 13D news.
A 13D filing. That's usually significant ownership news, potentially market moving.
Right. And the instruction was blunt: lock people down, and even more specifically, let's lock her up too.
Lock her up too. Wow, that led to actual policy changes.
It led straight to a formal memo prohibiting trading, prohibiting external communication for certain people, explicitly to avoid significant liability under securities laws. You see the direct line from urgent text to formal lockdown.
And just to be clear, that phrase, lock her up,
Yeah.
with the exclamation points, that also appeared elsewhere.
Yes, it did. It showed up in a text message exhibit from a different but related case document. The source material notes it was in the context of a personal conversation connected to demanding every single share. We're just reporting his presence as documented in the filings.
Got it. So quite a journey through these documents. We've seen the sheer intensity of these disputes, the gritty details of acquisition fallout, candid internal talk, hard numbers, and then this whole layer of stock discussion, policy, and, well, urgent action,
Yeah.
all out there in the public record.
Yeah, it really makes you think, doesn't it? You have the formal corporate rules, insider trading policies,
Yeah.
quiet periods, all that structure. And then you see the informal reality revealed in these private messages, the high stakes, the emotion, the quick directives. What happens when those two worlds collide, especially when the private stuff becomes public court evidence?
That is definitely something for you, our listeners, to chew on. How does it all fit together when you peel back the layers?